Archangel Micheal is trying to reach you, and you always skip this. Don't hurt God by skipping. Someone you love has passed. Your mother in heaven is trying to contact you since yesterday. Open it now. Archangel Micheal says your heart heard it first, before your ears ever could. The quiet throb behind your ribs recognized the signal that traveled farther than miles, farther than years. The message arrived yesterday, and it is still arriving now. Archangel Micheal says you have skipped this kind of message before because pain made your hands shake. The screen dimmed and you told yourself later would be kinder than now. Later kept moving, but the ache remained where you left it. A mother's love does not end when the calendar says it should. It carries like a lantern through corridors you cannot see with ordinary sight. It stands at your threshold and knocks with a rhythm your soul remembers. Since yesterday, your mother has been trying to reach you in ways both gentle and insistent. The air changed as you walked past the doorway, and your skin felt a breeze that windows did not explain. The same song repeated twice without a device telling it to begin again. You saw her handwriting in a place it should not be, perhaps the fold of an old envelope or the curve of a grocery list. It carried warmth like a hand pressed to your shoulder. A memory of her scent drifted through a womb that had none of her things left in it. This is not a trick of grief. It is an invitation to step toward healing. The invitation does not punish you for taking time. It simply waits at the edge of your attention and taps until you finally look. Do not hurt what is holy in you by skipping yourself again. Skipping does not protect you. It only extends the ache under a different name. Turning toward this message is the first soft step out of a long shadow. Sit down where you are and let your shoulders fall from your ears. Breathe in slow, as if the air itself wanted to steady you. Place your hand against your chest and feel the truth that has been patiently knocking. Your mother's voice may arrive as a thought you did not assemble. It may arrive as a remembered phrase, a kitchen sound, a small laugh carried through a wall. It does not shout. It gathers you with the same steadiness that once tied your shoelaces. Yesterday she pressed on the edges of your day, and you felt a tug while doing something ordinary. The kettle hissed differently, where the clock paused between seconds as if listening. The message sought the path with least resistance, and it found you anyway. You are not breaking faith by opening the door to this moment. The opposite is true. You are honoring the life that made your life possible. Your attention is the bouquet you place on the table of the unseen. Light a small flame if you have one, or touch your hand to a window where daylight rests. Whisper her name in the room so that your mouth remembers how it feels to hold her. Notice the temperature change inside your own voice when the name lands. Gather one object that belonged to her or reminds you of her hands. It can be a spoon, a scarf, a threadbare note, or a color that lived in her closet. The object is a key. Your love is the door. Your breath is the hinge that turns. Say what was unsaid and let the air carry it. Your words do not need to be perfect to be received. They simply need to be yours, now, while your courage is warm. Since yesterday, she has tried to touch your day with little arrangements only a mother would know. The cup left at the edge of the sink, the way your shoes were angled, the small path cleared on your desk. She is reminding you that order is another way love tidies sorrow. If tears rise, let them do their work and pass through. Years are not a failure, they are a translation. They shift pain into motion so it does not calcify where your joy should grow. You have carried guilt for things that never belonged to you. Guilt has borrowed your voice and spoken too loudly inside you. Today, it returns the keys and leaves without ceremony. Your mother is not asking for perfect remembrance or grand gestures. She is asking you to return to your own life with both hands open. She is asking you to be kind to yourself the way she would be kind to you now. Here is something practical she is trying to help you see. It looks like paperwork, or a date, or a small deadline that affects a larger season. She wants you to check it, correct it, and free yourself from avoidable trouble. Go to the drawer you avoid and handle what is there. Sign what needs signing, cancel what drains you, and copy what protects you. She stands behind you with the same steady patience she used when teaching you to spell your name. There is also a name you have not said in a while that needs gentleness. It may be your own name said without criticism. It may be someone you love who feels far away and is not sure how to cross back. Forgiveness is moving in your direction with a pace you can keep. It does not demand you forget. It invites you to put down what is too heavy to carry any more miles. It sets a place for you at a table where shame is not a guest. Your mother's message contains memory, but it also carries instruction. She wants you to drink water and sleep earlier than you have been sleeping. She wants you to feed yourself something warm and not call it a luxury. She remembers your laugh and wants to hear it again without apology. She remembers the way you looked at light on a rainy morning and wants you to look at it again today. She remembers the promise you made to yourself and wants you to keep it now. There is a room in your mind where you stored the last day. The walls are loud with objects that never move. Today, you will open a window and let some of that air out so you can breathe without flinching. You do not need to relive the final hours to honor the entire life. You can walk the map of her joy instead, the recipe that always worked, the road that curved near water, the smile that arrived before anyone else understood the joke. You can let gratitude be a path, not a demand. If there is anger, let it sit beside you without steering the wheel. Anger can be a guard dog that barks too long after the danger has passed. Stroke its head and thank it for its service. Then point it toward the door. You will notice a sign today that repeats 3 times. It might be a bird arriving, a number that rhymes, or a phrase overheard from 2 different directions. When the third arrives, pause and say, "I see it," and feel how the room warms by 1 quiet degree. You have not been abandoned in your grief. You have been accompanied by a presence that does not clock out. It keeps watch the way a lighthouse keeps watch, turning its face toward you every time you pass through darkness. There is a small fear that opening to this message will make you unravel. The truth is kinder, opening stitches you where avoidance left you frayed. The mending begins at the edge and moves inward with patient hands. Take a pen and write 1 sentence to your mother as if she were reading over your shoulder. Do not edit it. Let it stand as it arrived. Fold it and place it beneath the object you chose, and feel how your breath settles. If a dream comes tonight, treat it like a visitor who traveled far to reach you. Sit with it in the morning light and listen to the meanings that do not live in literal rooms. Dreams speak the language of bridges and doors. They show the way across without shouting. If no dream comes, do not call the silence a failure. Silence is sometimes the loudest platform for a message. The body hears what the mind will not, and it carries it gently to your attention when you are ready. Today, call someone who loves her and share 1 bright story. Make it small and specific, the kind that tastes like tea and warm bread. Let the story move between you like a lamp passed hand to hand. If you cannot call, place your hand to your heart and speak aloud anyway. The air will keep your confidence. The room will remember. Here is a blessing moving toward your house that looks like ordinary peace. It will not announce itself with trumpets. It will arrive as a morning you do not dread. It will slip into your schedule and loosen the hard knot between 2 hours. Do 1 gentle task you have avoided because it felt too final. Wash the cup. Donate the scarf. or place the framed photo where it catches softer light. Each small act is a decision to live with love instead of hiding from it. If your chest tightens, stand at a doorway and hold the frame with both hands. Doorways are places of passage. They teach the body that movement is possible. Step through slowly and feel how your feet know the ground better than your fear does. Ask nothing extravagant of yourself today beyond honesty and rest. Honesty closes the distance between you and your own life. Rest teaches your nervous system that safety is not a stranger here. Your mother is proud of how you kept going when going felt like walking through heavy water. She is proud of the way you returned kindness to people who did not always offer it to you first. She is proud that you are reading this now with your heart unlocked another quiet inch. There is a promise she wants you to make and keep, that you will not speak cruelly to yourself and call it discipline. Cruelty never built the life you want. It only built cages. You are done kissing the bars and calling it gratitude. Bless your hands before you use them today. They have carried boxes, wipe eyes, signed forms, and cooked meals that steadied more people than you counted. They are instruments of tenderness that deserve tenderness back. Bless your feet for every mile they carried you away from what tried to break you. They are smarter than you admit. They turned you toward survival when your mind felt blank. Let them take you for a short walk as a thank you, even if the path is only the length of your hallway. Bless your mind for refusing to abandon you even when it was tired. It kept track of details and warnings and the dates nobody else remembered. It will relax more easily once it recognizes it does not need to stand guard alone. Your mother's message carries a second instruction for the next week. Write down 3 things each evening that made the day gentler, even by a thread. The list is a ladder. You will climb without noticing how high you have reached until you turn and see the view. There is a letter you will receive or a message you will read that feels like it has her handwriting inside it. The phrasing will tilt the way she used to tilt a sentence. When it arrives, breathe and accept it as part of the tapestry she is weaving with you. You are allowed to experience joy without betraying the sadness that shaped you. Joy is not a replacement, it is a companion. The heart is large enough to host them both without asking either to leave. Your mother forgives what you cannot forgive yet. She releases the burdens you keep naming as debts. She appoints you caretaker of your own gentleness and smiles at the promotion as if she always knew you would receive it. From this day, you will begin to sleep a little sooner and wake with a little more steadiness. The mornings will feel less like cliffs and more like steps. You will stand upon them and realize the world did not shrink while you were grieving. It waited. If you need a place to begin when the day grows loud again, return to the simplest things. Water your plants and let the leaves speak their quiet language. Fold the blanket and notice how order is another kind of embrace. If you keep an altar or a shelf of meaning, wipe it clean and place something fresh there. If you do not, clear a corner of your desk and let it hold what matters today. Sacredness does not always need marble. It often needs a small square of uncluttered attention. Remember the way her hands taught you to measure flour by feel. Remember the way she looked at you like a complete sentence, not a problem to solve. Remember the time she made you laugh when tears were sure they would win. Carry one of those memories in your pocket like a warm stone. Reach for it when train stations or waiting room try to thin your patience. Let it anchor you to the version of yourself she always believed in. If you must visit the cemetery or the photo box, visit only as long as you can remain present without collapsing. Leave when your body whispers that enough is enough. Return to the living room of your life and sit where the light finds you. Today is not an anniversary that demands performance. It is an intersection that invites direction. You will choose forward in a way that honors what came before. You will choose wholeness without punishment. Your mother does not want you to live as a monument. She wants you to live as a garden. Gardens remember by blooming. When the evening arrives, place a glass of water near your bed as a sign of welcome to restful dreams. Water holds memory and mirrors calm. In the morning, pour it into the soil of a plant or a patch of earth and let the message return to the greater world. Your courage is enough for this hour. Your softness is the doorway through which strength prefers to enter. Your listening is the bridge between here and the place where love never ends. Archangel Micheal says the heaviness you carry will loosen like a knot learning the shape of daylight. The knot does not disappear. It relaxes until the rope is useful again. You will tie what matters and release what wounds. This is your permission to return to your life as the person your mother knew you could be. It is not a demand, it is an embrace. It is the warm coat at the door waiting for you to step back into the weather with your head high. Breathe and accept that being loved this deeply means you are never truly alone. Even when the room is quiet, the lineage of your heart speaks in a language older than distance. It says your name the way a sunrise says the name of every window. Let your hands choose one simple kindness and complete it before the day ends. Send the message, fold the laundry, eat the meal you would have cooked for her if she could have come to dinner. Each kindness multiplies, and she will notice from where she is. When you feel the urge to skip this truth again, pause and hold your own gaze. Skipping taught you survival at a cost you no longer need to pay. Showing up teaches you life, and your payment is presence. Since yesterday, she hath been at the edges of your steps, asking nothing impossible. She asks you to be gentle, to be thorough with yourself, to be alive in a way that honors the one who carried you before you carried yourself. She asks you to open the door when the knocking is this kind. You are strong enough to do this without pretending you feel no pain. You are tender enough to do this without hardening what should remain soft. You are ready enough to do this now. Hold this message like a small flame cupped against the wind. Protect it with your body until the air stills and the light steadies. Then let it illuminate the room you call home. If the night grows difficult, return to your breath. Count 3 slow breaths and put your hand where your heartbeat answers back. Feel how the body is a bell and the soul is the note that keeps ringing. You will dream of clean water or of a doorway or of sunlight on a floor. You will wake with a sentence in your mouth that feels like an inheritance. You will carry it as you move, and it will make ordinary places feel newly spacious. All of this is your mother's way of saying she did not leave you at the border of your sorrow. She walks parallel to your days in a lane you cannot see, waving every time your courage looks up. She is proud of you for reading this far, and for staying. You do not need to earn this love with exhaustion. You only need to receive it with honesty. Receiving will be your new discipline. Gentleness will be your new strength. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the room from her favorite chair. See yourself the way she saw you even on the hard days. Notice how the light favors you in ways you rarely admit. Open your eyes and give your future the small promise it needs. To keep choosing life, to keep choosing tenderness, to keep answering the knock even when your voice shakes. You will repeat this choice until it becomes a habit and then a home. You will live there with more peace than you believed possible. Carry this line with you for the rest of the day. Love does not end. It changes address. Each time fear tries to disagree, repeat the line and continue walking. The path does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be yours. Tonight, place the object back where it belongs with a soft thanks. Fold the note beneath it and let the paper become a vessel for more days like this. The letter will thicken with meaning as your life thins with needless pain. You have listened with the kind of attention that changes outcomes. You have chosen not to skip what matters most. You have honored your mother by honoring your own heart. Step into your evening with this steadiness. Eat something warm and speak to yourself as if you were speaking to someone you love. Because you are. The message that began yesterday is complete for today. Tomorrow it will arrive again in whatever form you most need. You will be ready, and you will recognize it sooner. For now, be gentle. Move slowly. Know that you are held, and know that she is near. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Micheal says the thread between worlds remains unbroken tonight. The chord is quiet but strong, and it hums with a steady light. You feel it when you stand still long enough to hear your own name from the inside. You are not late to your healing because time behaves kindly in the room of love. It stretches around tenderness and waits for your breath to arrive. It refuses to punish the one who is learning to be gentle. Walk into the next hour as if it were a sanctuary built from your own patience. Let the floorboards creak like old songs that still know the tune. Let the walls hold silence the way a friend holds a secret. Your mother learned how to speak through small rearrangements that others might miss. A picture tilts and straightens, and the drawer that stuck now slides with ease. The message hides an ordinary mercy and reveals itself when you are ready. Take the sweater she wore or the color she loved and place it near the door. Treat it like a flag that signals safe harbor to a tired ship. Each time you pass, touch the fabric and remember that softness is a sturdy kind of strength. There is a letter inside you that keeps writing itself line by line. It chooses simple words because simple words carry farther than ornate ones. It asks for a place to rest that is not the back of your throat. Open a notebook and let the letter continue in daylight. Do not arrange it for style because honesty already has its own beauty. Close the book when your breath evens and trust that the page will keep watch. You once believed that grief was a single mountain you climbed only once. You now understand it is a range with valleys where wildflowers grow after rain. There is room for joy between the peaks, and you are allowed to walk there. Eat the warm meal you would have served her on a quiet evening. Sit at the table and let the chair across from you remain a blessing instead of an ache. Say grace in the language of gratitude that needs no script. Your body remembers the sound of her footsteps the way it would remember sunlight. The memory cannot be stolen because it lives deep in the grain. It releases calm when you touch it with intention. Today you will clean one shelf and feel how order soothes the mind. Dust is only the story of time settling, and you can write a new story with a cloth and a breath. The shine that follows belongs to both of you. Call the friend who knew her laughter and trade small details like polished stones. Let one detail be enough to brighten an entire hour. Let that hour be proof that love multiplies when shared. There is a promise you made to yourself last year that deserves a second chance. The promise was not too big, only too lonely. Give it company now with 10 steady minutes and a quiet room. The world outside your window keeps offering signs that do not need decoding. A beam of light lands where you sit and stays long enough to be noticed. A breeze lifts the curtain and lays it down like a lullaby. You have survived days that tried to convince you that nothing good would return. Goodness returned anyway because it knows the way home. It found your porch and left its shoes at the door. Take 3 slow steps and imagine her walking beside you at the exact pace you can keep. Feel how your spine lengthens when companionship arrives. Notice how fear loosens when you are not traveling alone. The dream you could not fully remember still sent its gift. You woke with a calm you could not explain and carried it across your morning. The calm was a hand on your shoulder, and the hand was hers. Light a candle without turning it into a ceremony you must perfect. Let the flame be simple and honest the way truth prefers to be. Watch it until your thoughts move at the speed of the wick. Do not argue with memory when it chooses to be bright. Let the bright scenes take the front row without apology. Let the hard scenes sit farther back where they cannot interrupt what is blooming. Your mother is proud of you for learning the difference between endurance and peace. Endurance kept you alive when peace could not find you. Peace is your new address now and will visit more often. Drink water and call it devotion to the life she gave you. Lie down earlier and call it loyalty to the body that carries her light. Rise with softness and call it inheritance. There is a photograph that deserves a different frame or a kinder place on the wall. Change the context and watch how the feeling changes with it. The frame is a story and you are the author now. You will notice a kindness from a stranger that feels like a hello from another country. Accept it without suspicion because it traveled a long distance to reach you. Let your thank you be the stamp that sends it forward again. The next time guilt tries to wear your voice, recognize the disguise and refuse the trade. Your voice belongs to love and the work of becoming whole. Your voice belongs to the one who needs it most, and that one is you. Gather the papers that make you uneasy and handle them with grace. Sign what needs signing, and let completion relieve your nerves. Place finished pages in a folder labeled done and breathe like someone who just set down a heavy bag. Stand at a window in the late afternoon and greet the day as it turns. The sky will teach you about transitions that make room for rest. The horizon will remind you that endings can be gentle. Choose a small plant and dedicate its growth to the seasons you survived. Water it when you wish someone had watered you. Watch it unfurl and take that unfurling personally in the best way. If sadness returns in the evening, greet it like weather that does not last. Wrap yourself in a blanket that once held a holiday and let the memory add warmth. Play the song that used to fill the kitchen and sway a little without permission. Bless the doorways you pass under and thank them for teaching you to move. Bless the floors that hold your weight and remind you that grounding is possible. Bless the roof that keeps the messages close enough to hear. Your mother keeps leaving courage on your nightstand in the form of rest. Take it and let the night be a friend who speaks softly. Wake without a war inside your chest and begin again without apology. Walking outside will become a map from heaviness to clarity. Notice the tree that has outlived many storms and learn its quiet lesson about roots. Notice the bird that lifts and returns and understand the art of leaving and coming home. A letter will arrive or a message will appear that echoes her phrasing. The timing will feel uncanny in a comforting way. Accept it as ordinary magic and let your shoulders drop. Place a tiny note in your pocket that reads, "Keep choosing life." Touch it when rooms feel crowded or moments feel thin. The note will anchor you the way her hand once did in uncertain places. Forgiveness will continue to approach like a guest you slowly grow to trust. You will find yourself listening more than defending. You will find yourself breathing more than bracing. Your mind will try to measure progress and your heart will answer with presence. Presence wouldn't because presence is will of life. Presence is the address where your mother keeps returning. There is a photograph you have avoided because it holds too many meanings at once. Sit with it for 1 minute and let one good meaning rise to the surface. Close your eyes and keep that one with you for the rest of the day. Speak kindly to the version of you who did not know how to handle any of this. That version kept the lamp lit when the power flickered. That version deserves credit and a rest. You are allowed to change furniture and routines without betraying memory. You are allowed to paint a wall and call it healing. You are allowed to decorate the future without asking sorrow for permission. The night sky will offer you a quiet constancy that steadies the nerves. Stars hold their places like reliable friends at a long table. Look up and feel how you belong to a larger calm. Archangel Micheal says the path ahead favors those who walk with softness and structure. Softness keeps the heart open and structure keeps the feet moving. Together they form a road that welcomes your steps. You have already done many brave things without applause. You woke and chose hope when hope felt extensive. You kept a promise to yourself when nobody was looking. The house has learned your new rhythm and responds with small comforts. The kettle sings at just the right moment, and the chair fits your back again. The mirror returns your face with more light than before. There is a room that needs fewer objects so your thoughts can rest. Carry one box to the door and call a friend to share what no longer serves you. Watch the space breathe and notice how you breathe with it. Sorrow will not punish you for laughing in the afternoon sun. Joy will not scold you for lighting a candle for her name at night. Both can sit at the same table, and this maturity suits you. Practice saying I am safe now until your nervous system believes you. Practice saying I am loved now until your bones believe you. Practice saying I am ready now until your future believes you. Write 3 lines at day's end about what went right. Allow small victories to count because small victories stack into big steadiness. Close your notebook and let sleep complete the list. Your mother stands at the threshold between worlds with patience that never thins. She has time for every tear and every new smile. She's delighted each time you choose care over punishment. There is a scent that visits at odd hours and makes you turn your head. It is not an accident because love refuses coincidence when comfort is needed. Say hello when it arrives and let your chest unclench. Carry her humor like a charm you can touch when rooms grow too serious. Remember the story that always ended in shared laughter and allow it to end that way again. Laughter turns heaviness into air and air is a friend of healing. Plan one visit to a place you loved and keep it gentle. Sit for a while and let the place do the talking. Leave a small token and carry back a larger calm. You have become someone she would recognize with joy. You have become someone you can meet in the mirror without flinching. You have become a caretaker of peace in a world that needs caretakers. When fear knocks, answer with slow breath and open shoulders. When doubt murmurs, answer with the truth of everything you survived. When weariness arrives, answer with rest you no longer postpone. There is a morning coming when you will notice you are living rather than rehearsing survival. You will prepare breakfast without the weight that used to sit in your wrists. You will step outside and feel welcomed by the day. Set aside a box labeled keep for what holds sincere warmth. Set aside a box labeled share for what can bless another life. Set aside a box labeled release for what can finally return to the river of time. Watch how your home begins to speak in the vocabulary of ease. Watch how your schedule begins to choose kindness without long debates. Watch how your eyes return to their natural brightness. Your mother's message continues to braid memory and instruction into one long ribbon. The ribbon ties around your daily choices and steadies your hands. The bow sits at your heart where courage can find it. You are building a way of living that treats love like the center rather than the aftermath. You are building rituals that do not demand perfection to be holy. You are building trust with yourself, and it shows. Before sleep, thank the body that kept delivering you to mornings. Thank the mind that kept seeking light even in cluttered hours. Thank the heart that stayed faithful to love's quiet work. Place the book, the candle, and the chosen object in a simple arrangement. Let the arrangement become a gentle signal to your future self. Let it say you will be here for you when the next wave arrives. Your steps begin to match the tempo of grace and the road responds. Doors open that once resisted because you knock with calm. Windows lift and let in evening air that smells like relief. Peace does not erase loss, but it gives loss a softer chair. Peace does not shorten distance, but it gives distance a kinder view. Peace does not pretend, it accompanies. Your mother smiles the way she did when you finally understood a hard lesson. She applauds without clapping, and you feel the applause in your ribs. She reminds you that beginnings often dress like continuations. You have made a home for her message in the middle of your life. You have chosen presence over punishment and tenderness over drama. You have honored what was by caring for what is. Carry this continuation as proof that you can walk farther without forcing it. Carry it as evidence that your heart knows the way even when maps blur. Carry it as a letter you can reread whenever the night grows heavy. Close your eyes and rest your palm where quiet answers back. Let the room dim without dread. Let sleep gather you as if gathering a child for a safe passage. When morning returns, greet it like a visitor who brings warm news. Stand at the doorway between dream and day with soft authority. Step through and live with the steadiness you earn. Archangel Micheal says the path ahead remains lit by a patient glow that follows your steps. The light does not rush you. It moves at the speed of your breath. Each inhale invites comfort, and each exhale releases weight that no longer belongs on your shoulders. You stand in a house that is learning your softer rhythm. The rooms respond by echoing calm where worry used to echo back. The quiet becomes a friend who keeps their promises. Since yesterday, subtle arrangements continue to appear around you. A key sat exactly where you needed it, and a small delay spared you from needless trouble. These gentle turnings are part of the message that keeps choosing your side. Place a small bowl by the door for good endings and safe returns. Each time you leave or arrive, rest a fingertip on the rim and claim peace as your default. The ritual is modest and the effect is steady. Take one photograph and write 3 words on the back that describe what survives. White tender, white brave, white continuing. The picture will carry those words forward like a lantern tucked behind the frame. Your mother is teaching you to live with more margin around your days. Margin offers breathing room, and breathing room invites clearer choices. Clearer choices make a kinder life possible. The calendar on your wall can become a companion instead of a judge. Choose 2 days this month to do something small in her honor. Let the action be ordinary and specific so it weaves seamlessly into your life. A note will arrive that reads like someone knew exactly what to say. Accept the timing as part of the kindness that follows you. Let your reply be simple and sincere. Open the middle drawer and remove what belongs to an older season. Place it in a box marked release and set it near the door. The space you create will invite a quieter mind. Rest under a blanket that has learned the shape of your shoulders. Let warmth remind you that safety can be simple. Let sleep arrive without a fight and call it progress. You will wake one morning to find your first thought is not a weight. It will be a plan so modest it feels like relief. Like tea, open a window and begin there. Archangel Micheal says your steadiness grows from decisions that honor both courage and pacing. Courage chooses, pacing sustains. Together, they build a life that can hold joy without dropping the threads of memory. Write a brief letter to the version of you who endured the hardest part. Thank that version for carrying the load when the road narrowed. Promise to carry the rest with more care and more help. Walk a familiar block and notice one change that makes you smile. The world is adjusting to your renewed presence. Let that recognition settle like sunlight on the back of your hands. Place a small stone in your pocket as a proof of ground. Touch it when the mind tries to leave the body behind. The stone returns you to the floor that supports every good decision. You once thought healing required grand declarations. Healing keeps proving it prefers clear water, good food, and early rest. It finds you faster when you stop sprinting toward it. Your mother keeps pointing to the simplest rescue within reach. Drink water, stretch gently, speak kindly to the mirror. The day improves when you treat yourself like someone worth saving. A message within the message asks for boundaries around your time. Say no to what drains and yes to what mends. The difference becomes obvious once you listen for your heartbeat after each choice. You will tidy a shelf and find a small ribbon from a bright day. Keep it, not because you must hold the past, but because it proves joy leaves breadcrumbs. Follow a few and notice how your steps feel lighter. There is a conversation waiting to be had with someone who matters. Approach it with the calm you are cultivating and the honesty you are reclaiming. Let the outcome be guided by truth rather than fear. Cook a simple meal and sit down without reaching for a screen. Taste the quiet as much as the food. Let nourishment be a full experience rather than a task. A bird will land near your window twice in an hour. The second landing will feel like punctuation. Take the hint and pause long enough to feel how far you have come. The next time your chest tightens, place a palm flat and name 3 things that are safe right now. Name your breath. Name your chair. Name the roof over your head. Safety grows when it is recognized. Your home will begin to sound different as worry leaves. The floorboards learn to creak like old friends again. The kettle sings instead of hissing. You are becoming fluent in small mercies. They greet you at the sink and the crosswalk and the bedside lamp. They change nothing and everything at once. Archangel Micheal says the work you are doing is visible from where love watches. Your progress is measured in softer mornings and kinder words. Your reward is a life that fits you better each day. A small envelope will carry good news within the week. You will open it with steady hands and read it twice. Relief will arrive and unpack its bag. Keep a list titled Reasons to Keep Choosing Life. Add 1 line at breakfast, 1 line at noon, and 1 line at dusk. Watch the page become a map. Forgiveness continues to walk in your direction with open hands. You will notice how your body leans forward to meet it. A meeting will feel like a key fitting quietly into a lock. Remind yourself that you are allowed to enjoy quiet without apology. Quiet is not a gap, it is a gift. Inside it, the message arranges itself into something you can live. A friend will ask how you are truly doing, and you will tell the truth with softness. The honesty will land gently and deepen trust. You will feel supported rather than exposed. The object you chose to honor her presence has begun to feel like a signal. Each touch steadies you and invites clarity. Keep it where your hand can find it without effort. You will catch your reflection and see more light than before. The change came from consistent care applied without spectacle. This is how gentleness proves its strength. Sort the mail and pay what is due without delay. Completion is a kindness to your nerves. A tidy ledger is a calm night. Choose 1 window to clean patiently. Watch how the outside world sharpens into focus. Clarity often begins with something you can actually touch. Your mother smiles when you protect your mornings from noise. She smiles when you protect your evenings from urgency. She smiles when you protect your heart from needless storms. There is a place she loved that exists in a small object in your home. Arrange it with care and let the arrangement teach you reverence. Reverence does not demand heaviness. It invites presence. A neighbor will wave and you will wave back without retreating. Connection will feel normal again. Normal will feel like grace. You can trust your instincts now that they no longer speak through panic. They speak through quiet recognition and patient knowing. Their timing aligns with your breath rather than your fear. Archangel Micheal says blessings continue to collect around your ordinary hours. They arrive as cancellations that free your time and as invitations that suit your soul. They gather quietly until your days feel held from all sides. Create a small playlist that calms your mind in 10 minutes. Use it like a bridge between difficult moments and gentle ground. Cross it as often as needed. You will find an old list of goals and feel no sting. You will select one item and bring it into the present with a simpler plan. The plan will belong to this kinder season of your life. Light and shadow keep trading places on your walls. Notice how neither is permanent and both are part of the room. This teaches you how to hold change without bracing. Your sleep will lengthen by a small margin this week. The margin will do more than an entire hour used to do. Rest works better when you stop fighting it. Carry a pen that writes smoothly and sign small treaties with yourself. Treaties that promise earlier meals, softer words, and honest pauses. The ink will dry into habits. A message from an unexpected source will mirror something your mother used to say. The echo will feel like a handoff across time. Receive it with gratitude rather than surprise. You are allowed to plan for joy without fearing the calendar. You are allowed to book the visit, choose the color, begin the course. Joy respects those who meet it halfway. Let your posture learn from trees. Upright without strain, rooted without rigidity. This shape welcomes good news. Your kitchen will become a workshop for gentle medicine. Warm broth, clean fruit, simple bread. Every bowl of oat for life that deserves to continue. Archangel Micheal says you have crossed an unseen threshold. The air on this side carries less echo and more invitation. Your steps sound like a person who trusts the ground. Continue keeping the small notebook near your bed. Write the sentence that arrives at the edge of sleep. These sentences often carry tomorrow's clarity. There is a drawer of cords and forgotten chargers that can finally be sorted. Let order replace annoyance. Let space replace noise. Your laughter will return as a quiet wave before it grows into sound. Honor the wave and let it crest. Joy learns you're sure again. A gift will be offered, and you will accept it without minimizing yourself. Receiving is a skill you are not practicing with care. The giver will blow because acceptance multiplies kindness. Your mother's love keeps teaching you to choose what nourishes rather than what numbs. Nourishment is patient and has nothing to hide. Numbing is impatient and always asks for more. Touch the doorway when you pass and thank the house for trying this hard. Thank the light for finding you every morning. Thank yourself for staying. The sky will dim and your evening ritual will unfold without strain. The candle breathes, the page opens, the shoulders settle. Calm arrives not as a guest, but as family. You will notice that grief has learned new manners around your joy. It sits quietly when joy speaks and waits for its turn. The conversation becomes balanced and you feel whole. Archangel Micheal says the days ahead will continue to reward presence. Presence keeps you available to both instruction and comfort. Presence keeps you aligned with the message that never stopped looking for you. Your mother's voice remains close when your choices reflect her quiet wisdom. She nods each time you rest, each time you eat well, each time you speak to yourself with care. She celebrates not with noise but with radiance. Carry forward with the knowledge that you are building a life where love does not have to knock loudly. The door remains unlocked because you now live from the inside out. The message finds you because you keep choosing to be found. Archangel Micheal says the calm that is forming inside you is real. It is not a trick of the moment or a polite visitor that plans to leave. It is a resident learning where the windows are and how the light moves. You are learning to walk through rooms without bracing. Your breath moves like a tide that knows the shore by heart. Your shoulders remember the shape they had before worry taught them to rise. Keep a small cup of warm tea beside you as a quiet companion. Let each sip mark a pause that honors your progress. Let the cup remind you that comfort can be held and replenished. Your mother's nearness is not a ceremony you must perform. It is the steady awareness that shows up when you soften your gaze. It is the warmth that lingers after you speak her name with care. Place a gentle note on your door that says kindness lives here. Let that note be for you first and the world second. Watch how your steps begin to match the promise you posted. Today you will complete a task that once felt like climbing a wall. The wall lowered because you spoke to it with patience. The task finished because you chose presence over perfection. Your hands are learning the rhythm of maintenance rather than emergency. Maintenance is quieter and far more powerful. It keeps the hinges oiled so the door of peace swings easily. A memory surfaced this morning and carried no sting. It arrived, bowed, and took a seat without asking for the spotlight. This is how healing teaches memory to be a guest rather than a guard. You will open a window and feel air that tastes like clarity. The breeze will trace your cheek like a blessing delivered without fanfare. Your body will register safety and file it under proof. Archangel Micheal says gentleness remains your best teacher. It will not shout instructions or test you with traps. It will place the next right thing within reach and wait while you pick it up. Write 3 sentences that begin with "I am becoming." Let them be simple and precise. Read them aloud and feel how the room agrees. You are releasing the habit of speaking harshly to yourself and calling it honesty. Honesty does not bruise to make a point. Honesty sits beside you and names what helps you live. There is a book on your shelf that wants to be opened to a page that steadies you. Let the words do their quiet work in your nervous system. Close the cover when your breath deepens and carry 1 sentence into the day. Your mother continues to arrange small alignment in your favor. A seat opens when you are tired and a bill arrives smaller than expected. These are the quiet logistics of love operating in plain sight. Wash a dish slowly and call the warm therapy. Let the water be the friend that never interrupts. Stack the plate and feel the click of completion echo through your chest. You will notice that certain rooms feel kinder after you move 1 object. Placement is a language, and you are becoming fluent. Harmony is not decoration, it is medicine. Today deserves a walk that is longer by 5 calm minutes. The extra time teaches your feet that the ground is generous. Your heart learns that pace is permission. A message will arrive from someone you almost lost touch with. The tone will be simple and sincere. Answer in the same currency and let friendship breathe. You are allowed to keep good news close for a few hours before sharing. Holding it gently teaches your heart to receive without rushing. Sharing it later teaches your voice to carry joy with steadiness. Archangel Micheal says your boundaries are becoming clear lines painted with care. The paint dries into a promise you keep to yourself. Others will feel the clarity and respond accordingly. Choose a corner to clear and turn it into a small sanctuary. A chair, a lamp, a notebook, and 1 object that carries her warmth. Return there when the day frays and let the corner relieve you. Sleep will come sooner when you treat evening as a landing rather than a tunnel. Dim the lights like a sunset you control. Let the room learn the timetable of rest. You will discover a receipt or a ticket that holds a bright memory. Keep it for a week on your table as a companion to your tea. Then place it in a safe envelope and label it continuing. Forgiveness keeps arriving as a series of practical decisions. You answer by not rehearsing the hurt again when nothing new is learned. You answer by freeing your energy for what builds your life. Your mother delights when you protect your morning from the rush that used to steal it. Begin with water, a stretch, and 10 quiet lines on a page. The day will meet you with a softer face. There is a schedule change that benefits your rest. Accept it without looking for reasons to refuse relief. Relief has paid its fare and is standing at your door. A stranger will show you patience at a moment you expected indifference. Receive it as part of the invisible network that keeps carrying you. Let your thank you be full and unhurried. Your reflection has begun to look like someone you trust again. Trust returns in increments that add up. Your eyes hold steadiness that used to flicker. Place your phone face down while you eat and call it devotion to presence. Chewing slowly becomes a prayer you understand. The table learns your quiet attention and returns it. Archangel Micheal says your strength is not a performance. It is the quiet reliability that shows up daily. It is the promise you keep to yourself without an audience. There is a drawer of mixed papers that can be sorted in 15 gentle minutes. Use a timer like a friendly boundary. Stop when it rings and celebrate the space you made. Your mother arrives in the way sun finds the floor at the exact angle she loved. She arrives in the way a word you rarely hear lands at the right time. She arrives in the way comma symbols around your name. You will release one story you kept retelling long after it helped you. The silence that follows will feel like a meadow. New stories will notice the vacancy and apply for residence. Keep a small jar for gratitudes written on scraps. Fold each line like a tiny letter addressed to tomorrow. Open them on a day that needs proof. Your heartbeat will answer more quickly to the language of safety. The body learns fast when kindness is consistent. Your pulse becomes a metronome for a steadier song. Choose clothing that favors comfort without apology. Let softness touch your skin as a message to your mind. The day feels kinder when your body is not negotiating. You will hear a laugh that reminds you of hers, and you will smile without pain. The sound will travel through you like a clear bell. It will leave a brightness that lingers. Archangel Micheal says you are building a life that welcomes messages rather than fearing them. This welcome is not naive, it is grounded. It knows how to say yes and how to say no with the same calm voice. Clean a mirror and greet yourself like a respected friend. Offer a nod that honors the miles you have walked. Begin your tasks from that level of regard. Your calendar will include space that used to be filled with worry. Space is not empty, it is potential. Fill it with rest, reading, or a simple call that leaves both sides lighter. A small kindness you extend today will return multiplied within a week. Do it without counting the score. Let goodness choose its own route back to you. Your mother's message still contains practical guidance. Confirm a date, renew a document, back up your most precious photos. This ordinary safeguards protect extraordinary memories. You are learning that closure is often a quiet shift rather than a loud finale. The shift happens while you are washing a cup or tying a shoe. You realize the weight lifted because you move differently. Place your chosen object in evening light for a few minutes. Let it gather a little warmth like a battery. Return it to its place and notice how your hand finds it easier in the dark. Archangel Micheal says consistency is your miracle in slow motion. Each small act stacks into a structure that does not wobble. You will trust the floor because you built it with care. Write a list titled Gentle Upgrades and add 3 small items. Softer pillowcase, girlier lamp light, kinder words before sleep. Implement one today and one tomorrow without fanfare. Your patience with yourself is creating a buffer against old storms. A buffer does not deny weather, it moderates it. The forecast begins to favor calm. A familiar worry will knock and you will answer with a boundary you practiced. The exchange will be brief and respectful. You will feel taller when it leaves. Your mother smiles when you choose nourishment over noise. She smiles when you laugh at a small mistake and keep moving. She smiles when you show kindness to someone who reminds you of your younger self. You will find an old message that used to hurt and it will feel distant. Time and care turn the volume down without erasing the lesson. You can keep the learning and release the sting. Stand in a doorway at dusk and let the change of light teach you gentleness. Day hands the baton to night without a struggle. You can hand stress to rest in the same way. Archangel Micheal says grace keeps happening in increments you can use. Not too much, not too little, but enough for the next step. This is how you cross long distances with a steady heart. Your room will feel safer when you close one tab and finish one page. Completion removes silent alarms from your nervous system. Calm enters by the same door hurry used to use. Carry a small handkerchief or cloth as a tactile comfort. Grip it when rooms feel sharp. Release it when your breath returns to even. You are building rituals that require no special equipment beyond attention. Light, water, breath, and honest words are enough. These are the tools your mother keeps placing within reach. A courier of good news will speak your name with warmth. You will receive it with both hands and a deep breath. The day will fold itself around the relief like a soft coat. There is a psalm that will become a bridge between hard moments and easy ground. Walk it whenever the path looks crowded. Hum it softly when you cannot play it aloud. Your handwriting is becoming more relaxed as your mind unclenches. Notes look like they trust the page. Lists feel like plans instead of demands. Archangel Micheal says the quiet you are cultivating is not empty. It is full of instructions that respect your pace. It is full of presence that respects your pain and your progress. You will sleep and dream of a room washed in morning light. You will wake with a phrase that feels like a key. Carry it and notice which doors now open without effort. Keep going in this kinder way and watch your days respond. The plants lift, the kettle sings, the foam rings with better timing. Life learns the language you are teaching it and answers back with grace.